Yes, I'm usually pretty good if they bring something over saying no.
When you're ready.
Very well. Good morning, everyone. The Delaware County Commissioner meeting for October 2nd, 2023 is now in session. Would you stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, good morning, everyone. I'll make some introductions here. Our County Administrator, Tracy Davies, to my left, and our Deputy Administrator, Don Houston, and in the audience, Eric Hosteller, as well as Deputy Administrator, and our clerks, Jennifer Walraven and Allie Glusick. With that, let's begin.
Resolution number 23-833, in the matter of approving the electronic record of proceedings from regular meeting held September 28th, 2023.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-833. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
And Mr. Benton is absent. We do not have any public comment today, so that brings us to item number 3, resolution number 23-834, in the matter of approving purchase orders and now certificates and payments of warrants in batch number CM APR 0929 and memo transfers in batch number MT APR 0929.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-834. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-835, in the matter of approving a new liquor license from Coastline Coffee Company LLC and forwarding to the Ohio Division of Liquor Control with no objections and no request for a hearing.
So move.
Second, discussion, vote.
Vote on motion 23-835. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-836, in the matter of approving a memorandum of understanding between the Delaware Moral, Mental Health, and Recovery Services Board and the Court of Common Pleas, Delaware County, Ohio, for the Specialized Docket Subsidiary Project FY 2024.
So move.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kristen Schultz. I'm the Court Administrator for the Common Pleas Court General Division. Here today asking you to approve this MOU. This is pass-through funding from the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services. It's a total of $105,000. That makes $35,000 that goes towards each of the 3 certified specialized dockets.
Any questions?
Just a comment on the importance of the specialized dockets. We've got a number of them now, and they just do a great job and really help people with the various problems that they have. So,
Certainly.
thank you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah, the specialized dockets are something I think we do a really great job with in this county, and my compliments to you and everyone else who's been involved in all of them. With that, no other comments, call for vote.
Vote on motion 23-836. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen.
Resolution number 23-837, in the matter of the Delaware County Board of Commissioners reappointing a representative to the Ohio Children's Trust Fund Central Ohio Child Abuse and Child Neglect Regional Prevention Council.
So move.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Eric White's Communications Specialist. Before you is a resolution to reappoint Katie Stenman, the probate and juvenile court, to her seat on the Central Ohio Child Abuse and Child Neglect Regional Prevention Council, and would recommend your approval.
Questions or comments?
Just Katie will do a great job, I know. And has.
And has, good to add, and
Right,
has.
and has, right.
No other questions or comments, call for vote.
Vote on motion 23-837. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-838, in the matter of approving a permit for the use of Delaware County facilities.
So move.
Second, discussion.
This is a permit for the Ohio EPA to use the conference room at the Willis Building on Wednesday, November 15th. It's recommended that any fees be waived.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 23-838. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-839, in the matter of approving a supplemental appropriation.
So move.
Second, discussion.
Good morning, Commissioners Lewis and Merrill. Mark Taglione, Chief Probation Officer at Delaware Court Services. I'm here this morning to respectfully request approval to return unspent grant monies to the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction that occurred from FY 22-23 period, and it's due back to the state. Thank you.
Okay.
Was some of this because of COVID?
Part of it was an outfall from COVID. There was a lot of influx of staff, so we had some positions that went unfilled for a while, so therefore that accounted for most of the unspent monies, unfortunately, into the, following year after, the main COVID year. So that does attribute to a lot of it, Commissioner Lewis, absolutely.
Sure. Thank you, Mark.
Absolutely, thank you.
And there's nothing wrong with returning money, and hopefully it will be used properly.
Absolutely, yeah, I was here last week, you recall, and the state's given us additional monies, and we'll make sure that we're spending it appropriately, obviously, for this next cycle as well.
Any other questions or comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 23-839. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-840, in the matter of accepting a road in North Lake Preserve, Section 6.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. Lee Bodnar with the Engineers Office. For your consideration, this resolution accepts the addition of Bradbury Drive. It is located within North Lake Preserve Development, Section 6. It's to accept it into the county's public roadway system. North Lake Preserve, Section 6, is a total of 28 lots located off of Four Winds Drive, just east of 3Bs and K Road in Berkshire Township. Bradbury Drive is 0.02 mile of roadway, and we would recommend your approval of this acceptance.
Any questions or comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 23-840. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-841, in the matter of accepting the roads, approving recommended speed limits, establishing stop conditions, and releasing the securities for Vinmar Village, Section 5.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes, Commissioners, for your consideration, Vinmar Village, Section 5 is a total of 30 lots located on the east side of State Route 3, south of Lewis Center Road in Genoa Township. This resolution releases these securities and accepts the roadways located within that development and sets the speed limits and the appropriate stop conditions for that development and places them all upon the county's public roadway system, and we would recommend your approval.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 23-841. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-842, in the matter of approving an owner's agreement for Liberty Trails.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes, Commissioners, again, for your approval, the resolution accepts the owner's agreement for the construction of the roadways and the drainage improvements for the Liberty Trails development, which is 17 buildable lots located on the east side of Liberty Road. It's just north of Clarkshaw Road in Liberty Township. We would recommend your approval.
Questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 23-842. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Resolution number 23-843, in the matter of approving right-of-way work permit summary sheet.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Yes, Commissioners.
I smile every time. I can't help myself with this.
I know. It's because you're glad to see me, I wish, but no. Yes, this is for 5. That's only 5 standard utility right-of-way permits, and we would recommend your approval.
Any questions or comments? Vote.
Vote on motion 23-843. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Resolution number 23-844, in the matter of approving a transfer of appropriations for building safety.
So moved.
Second, discussion?
Good morning, Commissioners. This transfer is to move money from compensation to supplies for the purchase of 14 Surface Pros tablets for field inspections. They'll have data packages to make it more efficient. We have connectivity issues with our data through our phones, so this will help that issue and allow us to update inspections and that at a more real time. They've had to wait until they were in areas where they could get service to update. So this puts us more back in line and will allow that data to be uploaded. So the $30,000 is for that. $5,000 is for hard cases and other accessories that go with those.
Okay, any questions or comments? Call for vote.
Vote on motion 23-844. Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
We have a few minutes before we may start our 9:45 public hearing, so that can bring us to administrator reports.
Nothing for me
So
today.
everybody does their part and takes a minute here.
Sorry. I've got nothing.
You guys aren't doing your part.
No, we aren't.
I know Eric's gonna make up for that. I know, I just have this feeling. So Commissioner Lewis.
Yes, okay, well, I did attend Stepping Up meeting, and Cassie Neff heads our Stepping Up program, and she gave a report especially on the jail's Link Lives in Need of Connection program. And Link has done a great job for a long time. They're really finding which is so important, that follow-up, both in the jail with those who have mental health problems, helping them not only within the jail, but also as they leave, makes a huge difference in recidivism. And so they've done a great job. Several different volunteers are involved in this, so that's always a great report to receive. And then went to Delaware. I'm going to take your part of your report, since
Okay.
you want me to go on.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, then you can repeat it. We went to Delaware County Regional Planning the other night, and actually it was a fairly short agenda. Everything moved along very smoothly, and there was discussion as to whether to move up the meeting times, but the big thing is the move to Bixby for regional planning, and that will take place before our next meeting, so the next meeting should be at Bixby.
And that's a perfect lead-in to one of the things on my list.
Oh, good, okay.
I had the opportunity with Ally coordinated, CCO is going to be using our facility out there for a meeting for the area, October 20th?
20th.
And so I went out there, and we met with Rachel from CCO and I hadn't been out there since a lot of the work's been done, and very, very impressive, the facility out there, and I think everyone's going to be very pleased, and I think the taxpayers will be pleased with what was done and how it was done. And regarding regional planning, they will have their first meeting there next month. And this week, we met, couldn't meet the Board of Elections because of elections, so we met across the street. And they'll have their own permanent location going forward, and they'll won't require moving around, so that's great. A few other things. We attended the Chambers School
That's right.
meeting last week, and the superintendents did a really great job of talking about the things going on in their schools and the challenges, and I thought it was one of the better ones. They do
it
this
was.
every year, and I thought everyone should be commended that played a role in that.
Just one thing there, the collaboration among the superintendents was very evident, and how they worked together to face all the same challenges that they all face, and successfully. So it was an excellent meeting.
Yep. And today at Rotary, Leah Evans is going to be our speaker, and I'll be introducing her. And she's involved in a home port project that we'll have out here at the old Channing location. Once the moves all occur, that'll begin progressing. And I'm looking forward to hearing her speak. We had a really, I thought, a very beneficial legislative meeting with our legislators on Friday that we put together to kind of make sure that they're up to date on what's going on in our county. I thought it was an exceptional meeting, and I think everybody who's involved in that should be applauded. And tomorrow, I believe we have a board meeting for 911. And I think I almost did it, 15 seconds, so we'll be able to have a meeting.
I guess I can add that the engineer's office does move this Friday, pending everything going okay this week,
And I
over to
believe
the new Bixby campus.
Environmental Services, I believe, next week.
Correct.
So it's going to be exciting getting everyone out there, and And of course, Soil and Water's already out there.
They are.
And everybody's going to like it. I guess I'll say this, since Commissioner Benton's not here, he always has a golf comment. His rider team didn't do very well this weekend. I taped it all and watched bits and pieces. It was kind of an ugly weekend. So hopefully we'll do better when it returns to the States in 2 years. So with that, I believe we can move forward. And so we will welcome to the final hearing for consideration the proposed adoption of changes to the building code of Delaware County. There's a sign-in sheet circulating the room, and we ask that you please sign the sheet to indicate your attendance. Here's a review of what will occur. We will hear a presentation from Dwayne Matlock, Chief Building Official, Department of Building Safety. And following the presentation, there will be a time for questions from the board. After board questions, the board will hear from any interested parties that wish to testify. And before accepting testimony for or against the proposed adoption of changes to the building we'll acknowledge receipt of any written testimony before hearing live testimony. And I'll just ask that question now. Do we have any?
No, we do not have any written testimony.
Okay. We will first call all those wishing to testify in favor of the changes. We will then call for all those wishing to testify in opposition to proposed changes. Before testifying, we'll be asked to take an oath. The board will close the final public hearing after all testimony has been presented, and the board may determine by resolution to adopt the changes to the board building code of Delaware County. With that, I'll turn it over to Dwayne.
Thank you, Commissioner. Dwayne Matlack, Building Safety. The building code updates are text amendments to allow for Soil and Water to conduct a drainage review for platted lots less than 5 acres. Currently, they are not able to do that, and the engineer's office also does not do that. So they've kind of been out in their own, and there have been drainage issues in the past. This will help alleviate that and the problems that may be caused down the road. It had been 10 years since we had updated. We did a rebranding, so there were changes, very minimal, within that code update that's before you. Names, a few typographical corrections, a few administrative changes to match current code that the state has adopted. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward and basically the same as it was.
Okay, I will, any questions from the board?
No, I just think the amendment, in particular with the inclusion of the acreage under 5 acres is really important as far as the work of Soil and Water. There are drainage problems on places less than 5 acres that they should be looking at, so glad to see that.
I can't say it any better. With that, we will call for those who wish to comment in favor of the proposal. Anyone who wishes to comment in favor? We will move to those who may object. Is there anyone who wishes to oppose the proposed changes? Again, is there anyone who wishes to oppose the proposed changes? Hearing none, we will move to closing the hearing, which I believe I can do as chairman of the board here today. And I will entertain a motion to move forward.
Okay. Resolution number 23-845, in the matter of adopting amendments to the building code of Delaware County.
So moved.
Second, discussion. I just think what we've heard today speaks for itself. That timely that we updated, and you explained it very well, and I really have nothing else to add. Commissioner Lewis, you have anything you want to add?
No.
Okay, call for the vote.
Vote on motion 23-845. Mr. Merrill?
Aye.
Mrs. Lewis?
Aye.
Okay, motion
Thank you,
passes.
Commissioner.
With that, I believe we do not have any need for executive session today, so we